Hi, my name is Greg Powers, and I'm a residential real estate agent here in the Manchester, Bedford area. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a real estate agent. Now, at its most basic level, being a real estate agent means that you're just bringing buyers and sellers together and guiding them through a fairly complex transaction that many of them may only do once, twice, maybe 3 times in their lifetime. But you have that daily experience that you can bring to the table to guide them through it all. And the key point to remember about being a real estate agent is that you are an entrepreneur. You are a business owner, not an employee. So your success is dependent on your own skills, your own effort, and the time you put into it, not what someone else is willing to pay you. So part of your job is to be a salesperson and to convince people to work with you, to help them list their house for sale or to help them find and purchase a house or a condo or any other real estate property. Now, the upside of being your own boss, being a business owner, is that your income potential is really unlimited. One of the downsides is you don't get a steady paycheck. If you are solely commission-based, then if you don't make a sale, you don't get paid. In order to become a real estate agent, it's really not difficult. There is a course that the New Hampshire Real Estate Commission offers. I don't remember how many hours it is, but I think it's about 40 hours of classroom time. And then you take a national test and a state test, and you get your license. And that's really all there is to it. But then the learning curve starts, because what you learn in that real estate class, you probably will never use on the job. But if you compare that to becoming a doctor, which requires 8 years of school, or even an electrician, which requires a 3-year apprenticeship, it's a pretty low barrier of entry to become a real estate agent. Some people, once they get their license, will just be an individual agent. Some people will join a team with an existing brokerage or under another agent. And the financial rewards are a little different for both. If you're on a team, you will be paying part of your commission into the team. Whereas if you're an individual agent, you'll be getting all of your commission. Another difference is that as an individual agent, you are responsible for generating all your own business, whereas if you're on a team, you may get leads from the team leader or other people on the team. Now, when you are a newly licensed agent, you are almost certainly going to be joining an existing brokerage, and you've heard some of the names. I'm with Keller Williams. There's Century 21. There's Coldwell Banker. There's Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, BHHS as we know them. So quite a few different brokerages, and they offer different services to the agents who are working with them. Some brokerages have more training than others. Some will require you to pay a little bit more of your commission to the brokerage franchise. That's called a split. So there are a lot of different options, and once you're licensed, you may want to talk to a number of different brokerages to see what they offer and see who might be the best fit for you. And to become a really successful agent, you kind of need to develop a number of skills or bring a number of skills or backgrounds to the job, or to the business, I should say. Psychology, that's one big one, but even introverts can succeed at real estate, and I'm a good example of that. Marketing, sales, you'll get some training on that with your different brokerages. Being a researcher, there's a lot of information that you can turn up that will help you generate business. So having some research skills is always helpful. Knowing about house styles, finishes, so if you have any kind of architectural or design background, that can be helpful. A little bit of legal knowledge, because most of the agreements in real estate are contracts, so it's helpful to understand a little bit of contract law. The financial picture, buyers are working with lenders, so there are financial considerations. So an understanding of interest rates and loans, those sorts of things can be very useful. But the key skill is to be a manager. And the first person you have to manage is yourself. You do have to develop the self-discipline to generate business on a regular basis. And, one of the great things about real estate is you can set your own schedule, but it's very easy to set a schedule that doesn't earn you any money. So you need to develop discipline to create a schedule for yourself, to generate business, talk to people, and to conduct the business you have going right now, and plan ahead for future business as well. So being a manager, first and foremost of yourself, but also of your business. And if you develop a team, you need to manage those people as well. And you need to manage your clients sometimes. Again, you're guiding them through the transaction. You have to make sure they have the right expectations for what's going to happen. And sometimes they get very emotional, so you need to, have that psychology to manage them. So that's key. Now, another great thing about the real estate business, aside from the unlimited potential income, is there are a lot of opportunities in the field. So if you don't end up wanting to be a real estate agent per se, selling houses, you can go into commercial real estate, or you can become a property manager. You can become an investor as well. You've heard of people flipping houses or people who own rentals. Becoming a real estate agent is a great path to start learning that, to build wealth for yourself that way as well. Now, I was asked to describe a typical day in the life of a real estate agent, and there really isn't a typical day. I do have the discipline to spend a couple of hours each morning just what we call lead generating. So I will get on the phone and call people I know and ask them if they have any real estate needs, if they know anyone else who has real estate needs. I will call people who are trying to sell their house on their own, called for sale by owner, or people who tried to sell the house and were unsuccessful. We call those expired listings. I call and see if they want to get their house back on the market. I network with attorneys, home inspectors, all in the course of generating business. So the first part of my morning is dedicated to that. Then up until, say, lunchtime, I'll do some follow-up, work on transactions that are underway right now, making sure this document gets to the right person. And in the afternoon, I will typically go on appointments. If I have to meet a new seller or a buyer, I'll schedule those appointments in the afternoon, try and schedule home inspections and other things like that. A lot of my buyers work during the day. So if they want to go see a house, we'll typically do that in the evenings or on the weekends. So you don't really have weekends off in real estate, but on the flip side, you can choose which days you take off and craft your schedule around that. So that's nice. So just to summarize, real estate is a fairly easy business to get into, very low barrier of entry. And people from all different backgrounds and with all different skills can become successful in it. But you do have to have the discipline of a business owner and understand that you are not an employee. It's all up to you. But if you do succeed, the rewards are tremendous, both financially and personally. You meet a lot of people in real estate, and there's some great people out there. Some of my clients have become very good friends. So it's just a great way to make a living.